What's going on, everyone? So, big question is Gabe Vincent, right? Gabe Vincent has been injured. He's only played like 5 games this year. Even in those games, he's kind of had his struggles. He's like 3 of 15 from three. But he, in theory, is a guy that can be a legit two-way style guard for the Lakers. Be a point of attack, which the Lakers desperately need, could really use. He's a guy that could hit the open three, make some plays, be very versatile out there on the basketball court for the Lakers. He's also a guy that really picks up and elevates come the playoffs, right? Saw what he did with the Miami Heat. And the thinking is, man, like if we could get Gabe Vincent back, that would help elevate our defense, start getting everyone healthy. Cam Reddish is back, Max Christie's back, Jared Vanderbilt. Hopefully he's right around the corner. And then also you add in Gabe Vincent. It's like, okay, now we start getting our defensive pieces here, right? Now the Lakers already are very good offensively. Currently, they're second in offensive efficiency since the new starting five. You get your defensive side of things together, and now you got that nice balance, kind of interject the offense and defense periodically throughout the course of a game. Start getting some key stops. You know, if it's late in the game and it's like, hey, we need to get a stop here, you can put an all defensive lineup out there, really have some size, versatility, switchability, and really kind of put some pressure on some of these teams, especially as we move into the postseason, right? It'd be really nice to kind of have everybody healthy, ready to go come the playoffs. Gabe Vincent could be a real big piece, especially if he can kind of get back to what he was with Miami in the postseason, where, you know, he's a 38% three-point shooter, go give you, 12 points a game, be a good defensive player, and just be very versatile out there, and just provide another weapon for the Lakers. So we got some updates in regards to Gabe Vincent, and then a bit of an update in regards to Jared Vanderbilt. So let's dive into the Gabe Vincent part first. So again, Shams made the report. Gabe Vincent is doing more and more on the court. The Lakers will know more, I think, next week where Gabe Vincent stands. But barring any setbacks, his hope is still mid to late March to get back in the lineup for the Lakers. They can still use another guard in the backcourt, but I will say last night, Spencer Dinwiddie came in there. It's clear the starting rotation, the starting lineup, there's a lot of usage that's going around. Right now, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, obviously the ball is in their hands. Spencer Dinwiddie came in last night and defensively stepped up, had that block on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, had the layup in transition, had a few assists as well in that limited role. I think off the bench, what you're seeing is players starting to figure out their role. Taurean Prince is now coming off the bench and playing around 15 to 20 minutes, spotting up and making threes. Spencer Dinwiddie is really serving as a 3-and-D guard off the bench. And then Gabe Vincent, you want to kind of change the tempo, change the pace. That's why they signed him from Miami. So the hope is, barring any setbacks, a return at some point here over the next few weeks. So this is good. Obviously, he highlighted Spencer Dinwiddie and Spencer Dinwiddie's role. Personally, I'm not a fan right now of the way that Spencer Dinwiddie is being utilized. Personally, this is just me. I love the idea of Spencer Dinwiddie and Gabe Vincent as your two guards off the bench. And as Shams reports, kind of give you that change of pace, right? So you have D'Lo and Reeves right now in the starting unit. They have been excellent. Reeves' three-point shot is starting to come around, which has opened up so much more for him. That is great. You add in D'Angelo Russell and the things that he's doing offensively and playmaking-wise, you got it covered there, right? They are fantastic. Thing is they're not really point-of-attack defensive guys. They're not great defenders, period. D'Lo's actually been pretty good this year. Again, he's not elite. He's not, great, but he's been very solid. And Austin Reeves, you saw in that Thunder game, was actually very impressive, right? We don't necessarily need them to be great and elite. We just need them to be serviceable in that starting unit, kind of maintain things. Offensively, the Lakers starting unit has been great, second in offensive efficiency. You have that, and then if you can just kind of keep the distance on the defensive side of things enough to where you're basically starting to create that gap and that separation. Now you go and you put in a Spencer Dinwiddie and a Gabe Vincent. Now those two guys, not only can those two guys make shots and create some level of offense, but they can also defend. And now you got those two athletic point of attack guards that can now kind of apply pressure on second units or maybe even some starting units and just kind of help create even more of a separation or at least maintain what the starting five has built on, right? But to me, the beauty of Gabe Vincent is he's not your prototypical point guard, right? He's not really a point guard that is great and is going to be out there making plays, and he's not a real true playmaker, right? He can make plays, but he's not really a great playmaker. He is more of the prototypical 3-and-D style point guard that has had a lot of success alongside a LeBron James, and think of a Mario Chalmers, a Norris Cole, a George Hill, and Avery Bradley, right? Guys like that usually have success alongside LeBron because they can initiate the offense, but then also spot up and be a three-point threat that LeBron can kick out to. To me, Gabe Vincent, you can kind of operate as a two guard, right, on offense, right? And then on defense, he can play the point. So spotting alongside Spencer Dinwiddie, the beauty of Spencer is he's a 6'6" versatile combo guard, but he's a better playmaker and better at the point guard spot. He's a mismatch at the point guard spot. So to me, you take out D'Lo, take out Reeves, you take out LeBron, you put Spencer Dinwiddie in, you give him the basketball, you let him be the point guard, you have Gabe Vincent be the two guard as a spot up three-point shooter and then point of attack defensive guy. He can also initiate the offense at times, right? Like if he gets the ball, just go. You don't have to wait for Spencer Dinwiddie, and that's the beauty of it. And now you kind of have those combo guards between the two of them that can defend, hit shots, make plays, do everything, right? So now you don't lose because one of the big problems has been is when D'Lo and LeBron, especially when they go to the bench, the offense just halts, right? Even Austin Reeves has it, he can make plays. You'll look at Austin Reeves and it's he's got 7 assists, right? But he also can turn the ball over a lot. He's not great at ball pressure. He's not really great at creating stuff. He's kind of more of let me just find the open man, throw the lob, right? Run your basic pick and roll action. He's not like a Spencer Dinwiddie or D'Lo or even a LeBron in the sense of he can essentially create nothing or something out of nothing. So to me, it's okay, you have Spencer Dinwiddie. You let him be the point guard. Even when Reeves is in the game, Austin Reeves can be the two guard, which he's best at. Give him the green light to just go off and be Austin Reeves. And now everyone's playing their best role. And then now you have this influx of these 5 guards, essentially, to where you now can really just kind of utilize that and have multiple playmakers on the court at one time, have multiple different options and looks, get different changes of pace and different versatilities out there. I really love that idea. And I think Gabe Vincent coming back is a guy that can make a real impact for this Lakers team and for this Lakers roster as again, your two-way type of guard that can play the point or the two guard in offensive sets. Again, I don't think I'd necessarily want him to be the two guard on the defensive side of things, especially if you have a Spencer Dinwiddie out there. Because again, Spencer Dinwiddie, he's bigger. He's 6'6", right? He's got more size, more length, more versatility. But so you could put Spencer on, the shooting guard or the small four or whoever you need him to just throw more size on the defensive side of things. Gabe Vincent can take the smaller guy and now you're off to the races, right? So for example, let's say you're playing Phoenix, right? Well, you could throw Gabe Vincent on Bradley Beal and then you could throw Spencer Dinwiddie on a Devin Booker. Right? And then have a Jared Vanderbilt on a Kevin Durant, right? Now all of a sudden you got some versatility, you got some size, you got some length, and then if you need to, you could always swap any of those guys for a Cam Reddish, and now you got 6'8", athletic, quick-footed, 7'2" wingspan guy that can now defend basically either of those three. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, or Kevin Durant. Just gives the Lakers so much more versatility on both sides of the basketball. If you have a Gabe Vincent returning, get different looks, get kind of different sets out there. I just think it really just puts the Lakers in a much more favorable position, and obviously should make the Lakers a much better defensive team, right? Because one of the big concerns is, yes, the offense has been fantastic, but the defense has really struggled. They were great in that Thunder game, but for the most part, their defense has not been where you need them to be, right? Their defense has not been in that like top 10 range for a good majority of the season, and they've really kind of just had their struggles that you'd like to see them be able to kind of figure out and overcome. And a lot of that would just naturally come with guys getting back healthy, get all our defensive pieces, and now we're off to the races, right? Obviously, we need Gabe Vincent back, but Jared Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt is arguably the biggest piece we need. And I mean, D'Lo has been fantastic this year. Austin Reeves is really starting to come back around, which would be nice if he can continue that. But, I mean, you can make a genuine argument that Jared Vanderbilt could be maybe the fourth most important piece, right? The only reason I say fourth is just because how good D'Angelo Russell has been this year. I think he right now is the third most important piece. Obviously, AD, I believe, is, whether you believe LeBron or AD is the best, AD is the most important just because of what he does on both sides of the basketball for the Lakers and the rebounding. We just can't replicate what AD is doing. So you add an AD. LeBron is obviously LeBron. D'Lo, what he's just done this year, you need that. His scoring, his shooting, his playmaking, even on the defense side of things, his impact, like everything he's done this year, I think has been incredibly important. And then there's a real genuine argument, Jared Vanderbilt, for just his ability to defend. The Lakers were actually turning him into a very serviceable offensive player. And then just his energy, his effort, his ability to rebound and just kind of create more offensive possessions through live ball turnovers, just turnovers in general, or get offensive rebounds, right? Like his impact is immeasurable, right? Like if you're just, box score watching, you're like, Jared Vanderbilt, like he's not like having, if you actually watch the games, it is very clear how impactful and important Jared Vanderbilt is to this Lakers team. As far as the update goes, like I said, it's kind of a small one. So it was reported that he is out of the walking boot officially. I posted some images that Jared Vanderbilt posted of him kind of getting a workout, and he didn't have that boot on. But apparently it looks like he's out of it entirely based on the reports, which is good. It's a step in the right direction. They're trying to get him back ASAP. Obviously, you don't want to rush him back to the point where now he misses the whole playoffs. But ideally, you want to kind of get him back with at least, hopefully 10 games left in the season so he can kind of get his feet under him. He can kind of get back in rhythm. He can kind of, you saw him starting to become the Jared Vanderbilt we know and love, right? You saw Jared Vanderbilt really starting to get his feet under him and getting his timing back down and just kind of becoming that versatile guy that he is. But it took, like 10 games for him to really get into that. Because again, like when you're missing all this significant time and stuff, you got to get your timing back down. You got to get your rhythm back down, right? And timing and rhythm is not just on the offensive side of things, on the defense side, right? You need to know like the positioning, right? You need to have the timing on way guys react. Your reaction time, your reactions period, right? Like, so Jared Vanderbilt, ideally, if we could get him back, end of March or like very beginning of April, to where like, okay, at least in April you have 7 games. If he can bare minimum kind of play those 7 games, kind of get his legs under him, getting into the playoffs, that would just be huge for the Lakers. If we could get everybody back going into those last 7 games in April, then I think the Lakers will be in really good shape. But now that Jared Vanderbilt's starting to ramp up workouts, starting to get his legs under him as far as like getting back to returning to action, out of the walking boot, it's a sign in a really positive direction. And based on the report, we're supposed to get some more news on Jared Vanderbilt in about a week. I wouldn't hold my breath on it just because we were supposed to get an update right after the All-Star break and we didn't get anything for like 2 weeks. So, don't expect it next week, but it would be nice if we could get an update to kind of give us at least an idea of when he's supposed to return and Gabe Vincent. When is Gabe Vincent return? I would love if in a week we get news that Gabe Vincent's coming back, like, in a couple days, and then Jared Vanderbilt, he'll be back in, a week or two. That would be nice. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Excited to start getting Gabe Vincent back here shortly. How do you feel about Jared Vanderbilt? Whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.